Happy Halloween! My little pumpkin, I'm going to make a jack-o'-lantern. And I drew some ideas. And I think I'm going to go with this guy. Because I like happy jolly. I don't like scary. I have a knife, magic marker, spoon to scrape out the insides. And let's get started. Okay, the first thing was to decide on a face, which I did. I decided on this face here. And now, as it sits, it's fairly flat on the bottom. I have to decide which side I want the face on. Got a couple little dimply warts here, which I like. Adds character. So I'm going to put the face here. Actually, I probably shouldn't even do this until I get the inside scraped out, because this marker might come off in my hands. There we go. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut along the top. Oh, there's a little tiny bug on there. And I cut this away. And I'll cut this away. And I'll cut here. And I'll cut here. And what I always do is I make an oddball cut. Let's see, should I make it up or down? I'll make it down. See how this goes down like that? I make an oddball cut so that when I go to put the lid on the top, I don't have to figure out which is the front, because I know that little pointy thing's in the back. Well, let's get started. Now, if you're, and some adults too, if you're young, please have your grown-up cut the pumpkin. Like I said, some adults too. The knife I'm using is extremely sharp, and I could really get hurt. I hope not, because then that would ruin the rest of the day. When it comes to carving the face, if it's the more intricate your carving is, the more you're going to be extremely careful, because knives can slip. It's not exactly on the line, but it's pretty much. Ooh, it's a juicy pumpkin. Pumpkin blood. And ta-da, it has seeds, stringy stuff and seeds. This one's a fairly thin shelled pumpkin. Some pumpkin shells are really, really thick. And when you carve the face, you have to scrape that side a little thinner. It makes it easier. I don't think I'll have to do that with this one. Okay, I've scraped all the gook off. I'll put that aside. And now comes the fun part of getting all that stuff out. A spoon, usually a decent spoon, helps. Because that's what you get. Oh dear, this is going to take me some time. We'll be back. See, it's getting there. I've not had a pumpkin with this much, like, stringy stuff in it, like spaghetti string. Yep. This one's not as gooey as some of the bigger pumpkins. They get real gooey. This one's just a little on the messy side, but not too bad. When I'm finished with this, I'm going to use a small battery-operated light instead of a candle. And I'm glad they make them. It's like a little battery-operated tea light, they call them. Because it's safer that way. If you fall asleep or forget about it, you won't burn the house down. Your dog or cat or small child knocking something over won't burn the house down. That was pretty cool, actually. Kino, neato kino. Alright. That's pretty neat. Now, a lot of people take the pumpkin seeds and they roast them, salt them, and they eat them for a snack. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm not keen on pumpkin seeds. But that's okay. Now, yeah, gooey, yucky peepers. Yeah. Smells like pumpkin. Okay. Oops. Oh, well. Okay, out comes the nose. And to make more light come out of it, you angle down the cut on the inside. It just widens up the amount of light that come out. I'll clean it all up when I'm done and rinse them out and dry them off. I'm sorry. I always like hum and sing when I'm doing stuff. Humming and singing is good. Humming and singing is good when you're driving through an area that doesn't seem very safe. It helps keep yourself calm. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. I'll get the preliminaries. It's easier to go down with gravity. So the second half of the mouth, I will start on this other side and work my way down instead of trying to go up. Less chance of me getting hurt, which I'm in favor of. Because I can get hurt doing nothing. Hurt my finger washing the dishes and there wasn't any broken anything. I really don't know how that happened, but it happened. Okay, it doesn't look the best, but it's okay. We're getting there. He's got a smile. We just need to make his eyes happy. lot of people stick to square and triangular shapes because it's a lot easier to cut straight lines with a knife. Some people get really fancy. Uh-oh, I cut down into the mouth. Oh well. If you really screw up, sometimes you can stick a toothpick in there and hold things together. But since today's Halloween, and I don't expect this guy to last very long anyway. Okie doke. One eye. It broke right here, but I think he'll be okay. You know, if I had carved him a week ago, he would start to be shriveling up now anyway, so sometimes they get more interesting looking when they do shrivel up and get moldy. My little brother David, he's only 6 years younger than I, when we were little kids, we each had a small pumpkin to claim as ours and got to design the face. He had one, the first one that I remember of him having. He was a little kid, probably about 5, and he did not want to throw it away, and we had it weeks later, and you take the lid off and it was just nothing but mold inside. Okay, now it's time for me to wash this guy up, clean him out, wash him up, and we'll put a candle in him and test him out. Alright, our little fella's cleaned out. This here is a little battery operated light. See, isn't that cool? And this one even flickers like it's a fire. And I'll put him down inside the pumpkin, put the lid on, and we'll see what he looks like, okay? Ooh, can you see him? Can you see him?